Thank you all very much for being here. What a wonderful day to have such a full crowd in here. I don't know if you're just trying to be out of the heat and want to be in our air conditioning, but we're very glad that you are able to join us. I do want to take a second to just talk about the weather. I know that sometimes we talk about how difficult things are. Maybe we're getting no rain, or maybe we're getting too much rain, or no heat, or now too much heat. And yet that's so vital to our economy here, the weather. It's important to our ag community. It's important to our farmers. It's necessary for the crops that we grow in the ground that help feed and provide clothing for all of not just the United States, but also where we send our products internationally. And this project is an exciting project for Lubbock because it's still very much ag-based. It's still dependent to some extent on the weather. But it is also helping to provide some security and some safety to our food supply. And we are really excited about the announcement of this project. And here to introduce our introduction is David Rushing, Director of Business Recruitment.
All right, real quick. I'm going to ask y'all, what kind of day is this?
Great day in Lubbock.
It's a great day in Lubbock. And so we're glad you're here. This project actually started on September the 30th of 2022. So it's been a good solid 9 months. But before we announce the company, I want to thank all the people that helped put this together and worked on the project. Of course, the LEDA team. And it wasn't just the recruitment team. The retention team helped, the office staff helped. It was a joint effort from everyone. All of our utilities, our water, our gas, electric, we had meetings with all of those people. They all helped us. And the city of Lubbock was outstanding. It's truly a Lubbock team effort. At this time, even though the whole team worked on this project, I want to bring up Morgan Finney, as she ran lead on this project, and let her tell you about our newest company coming to Lubbock.
Thank you, David. And as John and David have mentioned, it truly is a great day to live in Lubbock, Texas, especially as we get to make this exciting announcement to the newest addition to our community. I am privileged to make this announcement and to welcome Plant Agriculture Systems. Plant is a Fort Lauderdale-based company, and first and foremost, they're driven by data. And this data has revolutionized their approach to meet the global need for food, which is continuously increasing. This data has also enabled them to utilize technology to efficiently grow and massively produce fruits and vegetables. They intend to make a large imprint here in West Texas and to support the food supply and the future food security from a local level to a state to a national. For the Lubbock project specifically, they are planning to develop 13.3 million square feet of advanced environmentally controlled facilities that will produce and grow fruits and vegetables. This investment will be over $670 million and create over 900 jobs for our community. LEDA is granting this land on behalf of the knowledge of this capital investment and job creation, and we look forward to the continued partnership with Plant Agriculture Systems as they embark on this new journey here in Lubbock, Texas. I am pleased to introduce the global brand representative for Plant Agriculture Systems, Sarah Gall, to tell us a little bit more about the mission of Plant. Sarah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Wow, it is a full house here today. My name is Sarah Gall, and I am the Director of Global Brand Representation for Plant Agricultural Systems. And it is truly my pleasure to be here in Lubbock today on behalf of Plant AS. I want to start out by thanking John, David, Morgan, Chris, the entire LEDA team, and the City of Lubbock for helping us shepherd this process to bring our project to Lubbock. So as Morgan mentioned, the specifics of our economic impact with our project here, I wanted to give you some background and tell you a little bit about who we are, what we do, and most importantly, why we do it. Plant Agricultural Systems is an infrastructure service provider. We deliver both the physical and the digital infrastructure required to support localized fresh produce demand all over the world. The physical infrastructure that I refer to is our distributed network production sites, which include advanced controlled environment agriculture, which I will be referring to as CEA because it's quite a mouthful, such as the operation that we're announcing here today in Lubbock. Our advanced CEA facilities cultivate fresh produce such as vine crops like tomatoes and leafy greens and using state-of-the-art hydroponic technology. In addition to our 700 acres that we have planned here in Lubbock, our projected North American build-out will be over 3,000 acres of advanced CEA facilities in a multi-year rollout. Our total domestic footprint will then be greater, in fact, almost triple the size of the sum of all land that is currently existing in the U.S. that's dedicated to controlled environment agriculture. This expansion allows us to support domestic demand in a never-before-seen way with CEA, reducing our reliance on imported fresh produce. So I encourage you next time you're at the grocery store to pay attention to where your produce is coming from, because unless you are at a local farmer's market, it is likely not coming from here in Lubbock. It's probably not coming from Texas, and it's most likely not coming from the United States. Our DNPS model positions our facilities such that we can deliver our produce through our Tier 1 food distributors within an 8 to 10 hour radius, which means you are getting more high quality, fresh produce that's delivered with logistics time significantly reduced. So what that means is here in Lubbock, we will be able to service the entire southwestern United States from the facility here. Our physical infrastructure will support domestic demand not only because of the size, scale, and location of our operations, but the ways in which we are able to cultivate our produce. So we're able to grow our products using sophisticated hydroponic technology that uses 70 to 90% less water than traditional agriculture. We're also able to reuse the water within our systems and capture rainwater so that we are very resource efficient. We're committed to using renewable energy as a part of our energy solution. So in West Texas, that means wind will be a part of our energy solution. And we're also able to grow our food year-round using no harsh chemicals and pesticides. Our advanced production sites, such as the one proposed here in Lubbock, are modern data centers where our production technicians are supported by artificial intelligence using the widest variety of crop cycle data ever used in CEA. So this leads me to the digital infrastructure portion that I mentioned previously. Our products are developed and delivered on our supply chain data platform via IBM's blockchain-supported system, which provides verifiable data about the produce that you purchase and consume. So if you think about the ways in which we currently shop for produce, you're likely reliant on your own senses, right? So you look and see what it looks like. What does it feel like? What does it smell like? You're hoping that the label that was put on it with the sell-by date is accurate, deciphering organic from greenhouse grown, and really you're reliant upon yourself. So what this is going to do is empower you as the consumer to have information about the food that you are purchasing for you and your families. Imagine if you could pick up a tomato and know this was grown at Plant Agricultural Systems DNPS 003 in Lubbock, Texas. And not only that, but the genetic makeup of the tomato, the flavor profile of the tomato, how much water was used, what's the carbon footprint, when was it planted, when was it harvested, how many stops and how many touches did it make before it hit my grocery cart and then hit my plate. So that is what we are doing with our data platform, providing us, you as the consumer, us collectively as consumers, because we all eat with a choice about the food that we are purchasing. Not only are we able to bolster domestic production capacity, deliver high quality, safe, and fresh produce, but we are empowering us to know what it is we're purchasing. And at the end of the day, that is what this is all about, the end user, the consumer. So we realize this is a tall task. We are creating a sizable organization here, a high-tech organization, and we know that we have a responsibility to the American consumer. And how are we going to accomplish that if not for a fully engaged workforce? As John mentioned, or as Morgan mentioned, our facility will scale up to employ over 900 people here in Lubbock. And we realize that to attract, engage, and retain a workforce of that size, we need to have a systematic approach to how we handle our workforce, and we need to develop a culture that's desirable to the people who work there and their families. Our production technicians are as an entry-level position that will start out with competitive pay, as well as a suite of benefits offered not only for the employee, but for the employee's family. That work is so important to us and such a critical part of our delivery that it has already begun here. In fact, I'm joined by my colleague, Melissa Edelman, who oversees our People and Culture Division. And we're going to be doing extensive research in this market to make sure that the benefits that we are offering fully consider what's meaningful to the population of this community. We are committed to ensure that our presence here in Lubbock is felt like an asset in our workforce and beyond. So with that being said, I just want to express on behalf of Plant Agricultural Systems our excitement and how proud we are to be a part of the future here in Lubbock. Together we are building infrastructure for the future, and people are the core of everything. Thank you so much.
So just to reiterate, they're going to be hiring 900 people over the next 5, 6, 10 years. And they're also going to be investing tremendously in a lot of square footage, all on the east side of Lubbock. So if you're familiar now with where Leprino is being built and out on the east side of the East Loop around 19th Street. In fact, if you haven't been out there lately, you need to go see it. It is a beautiful building being built right now. Just north and northeast of that site is where this site is going to be located, between Highway 62 and 4th Street. Just outside the East Loop. And so we are really excited about this investment that they are doing. This is a joint project that's taking place also in Amarillo. We actually worked together with the Amarillo EDC to ensure that this project came to fruition in both of our communities. And I want to thank the Amarillo EDC and the Amarillo City Council and their partners for their assistance in helping to make this happen. Otherwise, the project may not have taken place because it's such a huge project. We couldn't handle everything here in Lubbock, and we needed additional assistance with opportunities that they had up in Amarillo. I will say that our size is a little bigger than theirs. Thanks, Kevin. So with that, this has been a project very similar to many of the ones that we work on, that if it wasn't for our city partners and the resources that they can provide, we could not have made this happen. It was a lot of conversations and discussions about our current situation and our future, and I couldn't be more pleased with how hard the city worked to make this deal happen, and I'm so appreciative. We've got a number of our council members here today, so thank you all so much for joining us. And here representing them is our Mayor, Trey Payne.
Thank you, John. So when I first heard about this project, when our city manager came to me, he said, you know, we've got this hydroponics project. Well, as a former state and federal prosecutor, what's the first thing I thought of when I heard hydroponics? I was like, I don't know if that's going to go well in Lubbock right now. But then the project, you know, as we started learning more about this, we became extremely excited as a city, as a council. We started talking about this in executive session. I think we have Ms. Joy, Mr. Massengale, Ms. Martinez Garcia. Do we have anyone else? All right. So we've got 4 of the 7 here. So we're very, very supportive of this. And when you start talking about agriculture in West Texas, that's our love language, because that's what we were built on. And so to see us come into the forefront of agriculture the way we are in the future, that this is the future, it almost feels a little like Skynet, right? From Terminator, right? Y'all know Skynet is like, oh my, what do we got here? You can find out all of this information about your tomato. It's somewhat hard to believe, but it is the future of agriculture. And that's, as we have a growing population, that's what we want to be, is the forefront of agriculture in Lubbock, Texas. And then when you start talking about 700, 900 jobs, I mean, this is, despite the fact that one is a Philadelphia Eagle fan, and you know, we have some, you know, Big Ten folks over here. We're going to welcome them into our Texas Tech country. We're so excited to have you all here. Thank you so very much for being here and committing to our community. We're very, very excited. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
You know, our board chairman, Brett Cade, is back here, and we've had a lot of conversations about this project along with all of our board members. It's exciting to see all the opportunities that continue to look at Lubbock and consider Lubbock. And it's for many of the same exact reasons that Plant Ag Systems is looking at us today. We have a talented workforce, and we continue to churn out a workforce that meets the needs of our businesses. And more companies are hearing about that, and they're looking at us as an opportunity to grow their company here and utilizing Lubbock as that place, not only to launch a company, but to grow a company as well. And so we're extremely appreciative of the work that our education community does and making sure that our workforce has those talents. We're excited about the engineers that you're going to be hiring out of our universities. We're excited about the plant managers that you're going to be hiring that come from our universities as well. And these will be great jobs for many of our people here in Lubbock. So with that, we appreciate so much the investment that the company is doing in our community. And we look forward to I guess it's going to take a couple of years to get this under construction. It'll be under construction for a couple of years as they get placed. I think with construction starting later this fall, if I'm not mistaken. So we're excited about it, and thank you all so much for being here and being a part of this press conference.